The busy market of Azura Prime was a place where voices from many worlds mixed together in a chaotic harmony. Traders shouted over the noise, trying to sell their goods. Spices that smelled like fire, shining metals from distant planets, and fabrics that looked like stars caught in cloth. The air was thick with the smell of strange foods and the buzz of many languages. Towering alien creatures walked side by side with smaller species, each different in shape and color, making the market look like a moving rainbow. Mia, a tiny human girl, moved through the crowd carefully. She was small in size, but she had quick eyes and a kind heart. She worked as a mechanic, fixing broken machines and gadgets. Her tools hung from her belt, and her hands were stained with grease. Unlike most humans who stayed in human colonies or traveled on starships, Mia liked to walk among aliens and learn about their ways. But today, something caught her attention that was very different from the usual hustle. Near the edge of the market, close to a group of massive horned aliens who were bartering loudly, Mia saw a small figure sitting quietly on the ground. The figure was thin, wearing torn clothes that did not fit well. The skin of the alien was pale blue, and their eyes were tired and full of sadness. The alien held out a small, empty bowl and looked up at the crowd with hope and fear mixed in. Begging was not common here. Most aliens were proud and strong. To see someone begging meant something was very wrong. Mia's heart ached as she watched the small figure. Without thinking, she moved closer. "Are you okay?" Mia asked softly. The alien blinked slowly and looked at Mia. I need help," the alien said in a voice that was soft but carried a strange melody. Mia took out a small packet of food she had bought earlier. "Here, take this. You must be hungry." The alien smiled faintly and took the food. "Thank you," they said. Mia sat down beside the alien, her small size making her seem even smaller among the tall aliens around them. "What happened to you? Why are you here alone?" The alien looked around nervously. "I have been hiding. I must stay hidden, or I will be taken away." Mia's curiosity grew. "Taken away? By who?" The alien's eyes darkened. "There are those who want to control me. I am not like others. I come from a place far beyond these stars. I am lost." Mia smiled gently. "I'm Mia. I'm just a mechanic, but maybe I can help you." The alien nodded slowly. "My name is Leora." Mia felt a strange warmth in her chest. She didn't know who Leora really was, but she felt she had to protect this small, scared creature. "Stay with me for a little while. I know a place nearby where you can rest." Leora's eyes sparkled with a mix of hope and doubt. "I will try." The two walked quietly through the market. People glanced at the strange pair, a tiny human and a ragged alien, but no one stopped them. Mia led Leora to a small workshop, hidden in a quiet street. The workshop was filled with tools, machines, and parts from old ships and robots. Mia worked here fixing things, and it was one of the few safe places she knew. Inside, Mia gave Leora some clean water and a place to sit. Leora looked around with curiosity but kept her sadness close. "Why do you hide?" Mia asked again. Leora sighed. "I am a queen, the ruler of a large empire in another part of the galaxy." Mia blinked in surprise. "A queen? But you don't look like one?" Leora smiled sadly. "That is why I hide my true self. I came here to find someone, a partner, someone who will love me for who I am, not because I am a queen." Mia was silent for a moment. The market noises faded as she thought about Leora's words. A queen, searching for a husband in disguise. It sounded like a story from a book, but here it was real. "Why do you need a husband?" Mia asked finally. "In my empire, the ruler must have a partner to share power and bring peace. Many want to control me because of my position. I need someone I can trust, someone brave and kind." Mia looked at Leora's tired face. You don't have to do this alone. I'm not powerful or important, but I can be your friend. Leora's eyes shone with gratitude. Thank you, Mia. You are the first to show me kindness in a long time. That night, Mia and Leora sat under the dim light of the workshop. Mia showed Leora her favorite tools and machines, explaining how they worked. Leora listened carefully, fascinated by the simple human inventions. For a moment, the Queen and the mechanic were just two friends sharing stories, but outside, the shadows of danger were closing in. The Empire's enemies had learned about Leora's presence on Azura Prime. They sent agents to find and capture her. Mia did not know this yet, but her small act of kindness had set off a chain of events that could change the fate of many worlds. Next, morning. Mia woke early to find Leora gone. A small note lay on the workbench. Thank you for your kindness. I will return soon. The future is uncertain, but your heart gives me hope. Mia held the note tightly. She didn't understand everything, but she knew one thing for sure. Helping Leora was just the beginning of an adventure far bigger than herself. The sun rose slowly over Azura Prime, casting a soft light on the busy streets. Mia stood outside her small workshop, still holding the note Leora had left behind. Her mind was full of questions. Who was Leora really? Why was she hiding? And why had she trusted Mia, a tiny human mechanic with such a secret? Mia had never imagined that her small act of kindness would lead to something so strange and important. Yet, something deep inside told her that this was only the beginning. Far away, in the heart of the Galactic Empire, the royal palace stood tall and cold. The walls were made of shining metal, and high above, stars glittered in the endless sky. Inside, the Empire's leaders gathered. They were powerful, proud, and ruthless. At the center of the discussion was a hollow image of Leora, the Queen in disguise. Leora has escaped again, said one of the council members, his voice sharp. She is hiding among the smallest creatures in the galaxy. If she chooses a partner who is weak, it will ruin our empire. Another council member sneered. We must find her before she chooses anyone. She is a threat to our control. The leader of the council nodded slowly. Send our best agents to Azura Prime. Find the Queen and bring her back, dead or alive. Back on Azura Prime, Mia was busy fixing an old starship engine. Her hands worked quickly, but her thoughts kept drifting to Leora. Why had the Queen hidden from her own people? Why was she looking for a partner who could protect her? Suddenly, the door of the workshop opened with a soft sound. Mia looked up and saw Leora standing there. The Queen's ragged disguise was gone, replaced by a simple, elegant dress that shone like silver. I had to come back, Leora said quietly. There is no time to explain everything now. You must come with me. Mia was surprised, but did not hesitate. She grabbed her tool belt and followed Leora into the crowded streets. Leora led Mia through the busy market to a hidden door. Behind, it was a small spaceship, sleek and fast. Mia's eyes widened. You have a ship? Leora smiled. Yes, but it is not just any ship. It is our only chance to escape the agents hunting me. Mia climbed aboard, her heart beating fast. She was no pilot, but she trusted Leora. The ship lifted off quickly, rising above the noisy streets and into the quiet space beyond. As they flew through the stars, Leora began to tell her story. I am the Queen of the Archeon Empire, she said. My people are proud but divided. Many want to control the empire for their own gain. They fear me because I want to change things, to bring peace. Mia listened closely. But why disguise yourself as a beggar? Because no one would see a queen begging for help. If I showed my true self, those who hate me would capture me immediately. Mia nodded, understanding the danger. I came to find someone who could be my partner, someone who would stand by me, not for power, but because of who I am. Mia looked down at her hands. You think that someone could be me? Leora smiled softly. I don't know yet, but you are brave and kind. That is rare in any galaxy. Their conversation was interrupted by a sudden warning beep from the ship's control panel. Enemies, Leora said quickly. They found us! Outside the ship's window, dark shapes appeared, small fighter ships, fast and deadly. Mia's heart raced as Leora prepared to fight. The Queen moved with grace and skill, dodging attacks and firing back. You can help, Leora shouted. Use your tools to help me. Mia grabbed a wrench and worked on the ship's systems, fixing the damaged parts quickly. Her small size and fast hands made her perfect for the job. Together, they fought the enemy ships, weaving through space with courage and teamwork. After a tense battle, the enemy ships retreated. Mia and Leora were safe for now. Thank you, Leora said, breathing hard. I couldn't have done this without you. Mia smiled, feeling proud and alive. She was just a tiny human, but she had helped a queen fight for her life. We need to find a safe place to hide, Leora said. Somewhere no one will think to look. Mia thought for a moment. I know a planet far from here. It's small and quiet. Maybe we can hide there. Leora nodded. Let's go. As the ship headed toward the quiet planet, Mia looked at the stars and thought about her new friend. Leora was not just a queen or a stranger. She was someone who needed her help, and Mia was ready to give it. The adventure was only beginning, but Mia knew she was ready to face whatever came next. The small spaceship moved quietly through space, heading toward a distant, peaceful planet called Saren. It was a place few knew about, hidden in a quiet corner of the galaxy. Mia and Leora hoped it would be safe enough to hide from the agents, hunting the Queen. Mia looked out the window at the stars twinkling in the endless black sky. The fear from the last battle still stayed in her heart, but she felt a strange new strength growing inside her. She was no longer just a tiny mechanic. She was part of something much bigger. Leora sat beside her, her eyes soft but filled with worry. Thank you for helping me, Mia. I don't know what I would do without you. Mia smiled shyly. You're brave, Leora. You fight for your people even when it's hard. Leora reached out and took Mia's hand. I want you to know the truth. The path ahead will not be easy. To become my partner and help me rule, you will have to prove your strength, not only with your hands, but with your heart. Mia swallowed nervously. I'm ready. When the ship landed on Saren, Mia was surprised by how beautiful the planet was. The sky was a soft purple, and the ground was covered with strange flowers that glowed gently. Birds with bright feathers sang in the trees. It was peaceful, almost like a dream. Leora took Mia to a small village hidden in the hills. The people there were simple and kind, living quietly away from the rest of the galaxy's chaos. This will be our home for now, Leora said. Mia felt a warm welcome from the villagers. They didn't ask questions or stare at Leora like others did in the market. Here they saw only two people who wanted to live in peace. But peace did not last long. One morning, a loud alarm woke Mia and Leora. Outside the village, a group of strange alien warriors had arrived. They wore dark armor and moved like shadows. They were here to capture Leora. Mia's heart pounded as she saw the warriors approaching. The villagers were scared and looked to Leora for protection. You must hide, Leora told Mia. This is one of the trials. If you want to stand by my side, you must face this. Mia nodded, her hands shaking. I will try. The warriors surrounded the village, their weapons glowing with strange energy. Mia watched from a small cave on the edge of the hills. She knew she had to do something, but she was just a mechanic, not a fighter. Suddenly, an idea came to her. Mia ran back to the village and began to work on an old machine in the center square. It was broken and forgotten, but Mia saw its potential. She fixed wires, turned bolts, and connected strange glowing stones. The machine began to hum and glow with power. When the warriors attacked, Mia activated the machine. A bright shield of energy surrounded the village, blocking the warriors' weapons. The warriors growled in frustration, but could not break through. Leora stepped forward, her voice strong and clear. "Leave this place. You will not harm my people." The leader of the warriors stepped forward. "You cannot hide forever, Queen. We will find you." Leora nodded calmly. "Then come. I am ready." Mia's heart raced as she followed Leora into the open. She was small and nervous, but she knew she had to be brave. The warriors charged, but Leora fought with skill and strength. Mia watched in awe as the queen moved like a shadow, striking down enemies with precision. But when a warrior aimed a weapon at Mia, Leora jumped in front of her, taking the blow. "Stay behind me!" Leora shouted. Mia felt tears sting her eyes. She wanted to protect Leora now, not just be saved. The battle was fierce, but with Mia's shield and Leora's fighting skill, they pushed the warriors back. The invaders retreated into the forest, leaving the village safe for now. Leora looked at Mia with pride. "You have courage, Mia. Not many could do what you did." Mia smiled through her tears. "I want to be strong, for you and for your people." Leora took Mia's hand again. "Then your trials have only just begun." In the days that followed, Mia trained with Leora and the villagers. She learned how to defend herself, to think quickly, and to trust her own strength. She still fixed machines and helped the village, but now she also carried a small weapon, a gift from Leora. The villagers began to respect Mia, not because of her size or species, but because of her bravery. One evening, Mia sat by the glowing flowers, thinking about what Leora had said. To be the queen's partner meant more than kindness. It meant facing danger, making hard choices, and never giving up. Mia looked up at the stars and whispered, "I will be ready." But deep in the shadows, enemies were watching. The council from the Galactic Empire was growing impatient. They would not stop until Leora was captured and the Empire's old ways returned. Mia and Leora's bond was strong, but the trials ahead would test them in ways they never imagined. The quiet planet Saren had become a small refuge for Leora and Mia. Days passed with training, learning, and planning, but danger was never far. The peaceful village hid behind a fragile veil, and everyone knew that soon the enemies would return, stronger. One evening, as the twin moons rose high, Mia sat with Leora near a glowing river. The water shimmered with blue light, casting strange reflections on their faces. "We cannot stay hidden forever," Leora said softly. "The council will not give up." Mia nodded. "What can we do? They have more power and weapons." Leora looked determined. "We must fight smart, not just with weapons, but with hope. I want to show the Empire a new way, a way where kindness and trust are stronger than fear." Mia smiled. "I believe you can do that, and I'll help you." The next morning, Mia and Leora met with the village leaders and their small group of allies. Among them was Kor, a tall, gruff alien warrior who had once served the Empire but now fought for freedom. His many scars told stories of past battles. "We need to be ready," Kor said, his voice deep. "The council will send their best fighters. We must strike first." Leora shook her head. "No. If we start a war, innocent lives will be lost." "We need a different plan," Mia spoke up, surprising everyone. "What if we use what I learned about machines and tactics? We can defend without fighting all the time, set traps, alarms, and use the environment." Kor smiled, impressed. "A tiny human with big ideas," Leora nodded. "It is a plan worth trying. For days, Mia worked with the villagers, setting up defenses and traps. They used the glowing plants to hide sensors, built silent alarms from old ship parts, and created paths that would slow down any attackers. Leora trained the fighters, teaching them to protect, but not to lose their compassion. One evening, Mia tested a new device, a small drone that could fly silently and spy on enemy movements. She watched it glide into the night sky, her heart full of hope. "We can win this," she whispered. But the Empire was watching too. The Council had grown angry with Leora's escape and her growing support. They sent a large force, a fleet, of warships with hundreds of soldiers. The fleet landed near Seren under the cover of darkness. Mia was the first to notice. The drones reported dozens of ships and thousands of soldiers preparing to attack. "Leora! They are coming!" Mia shouted. Leora gathered everyone quickly. "Stay calm! Follow the plan!" The village prepared for battle, but no one wanted to fight unless they had to. As the soldiers moved toward the village, they stepped into traps, hidden pits, tangled, nets, and sudden alarms that scared them. Mia watched from a high hill, guiding the defense with her drones and gadgets. The soldiers became frustrated, moving slower and slower. Then Leora appeared in the open, standing tall and proud. Her voice echoed over loudspeakers. "People of the Empire, I am your queen. I do not want war. Lay down your weapons and join me in building a new future." There was silence. Some soldiers lowered their weapons, unsure what to do. But the Council's elite fighters charged, ignoring the Queen's words. A fierce battle began. Mia's heart raced as she saw Leora fight bravely. The Queen moved with grace, defending her people and trying to protect the attackers from harm. Mia used her drones to confuse the enemy, dropping smoke and flashing lights. Kor and the villagers fought with courage, defending their homes. Suddenly, the enemy's leader, a tall man with cold eyes, appeared. He moved straight toward Leora. Mia felt a wave of fear. Before she could react, the leader raised a weapon to strike. Leora stepped forward and caught the weapon, breaking it with her strength. The leader growled. "You will never win." Leora smiled. Not with hatred, but with hope. Mia saw an opening and used a small device to trap the enemy leader in energy cuffs. The soldiers around him hesitated. Without their leader, they lost heart and began to retreat. The battle was over. The village was safe, but the cost was high. Leora looked at Mia, tired but proud. "You helped me save many lives today." Mia shook her head. "We did it together." That night, under the stars, Leora made a decision. "It is time," she said softly. Mia looked up. "Time for what?" Leora took Mia's hand. "To tell the Empire who you are, to show them that love and courage can change the galaxy." Mia felt her heart beat faster. The choice was hers. The next day, Leora sent a message across the galaxy. She introduced Mia, the tiny human who saved her life and stood by her side. The news spread quickly, shocking many. Some laughed, some were angry, but many were curious. Mia and Leora knew the journey was far from over, but together, they had started a new chapter for the Empire, a chapter where even the smallest human could make a difference. The message had spread across the galaxy like wildfire. The Queen of the Archean Empire, Leora, had chosen a tiny human mechanic, Mia, as her partner. The news shocked many worlds, shaking old beliefs and traditions. For Mia, life had changed in ways she never imagined. Once a small, unnoticed human on a crowded alien planet, she now stood beside a queen who fought to change an entire empire. The royal palace on Archeon was no longer a distant dream. It was their next destination. Leora and Mia prepared to return home, knowing the challenges ahead would be the greatest they had faced. The journey back was quiet but full of hope. Mia looked out at the stars and thought about everything they had been through. The battles, the friendship, the trust. "Are you ready?" Leora asked softly. Mia smiled. "For whatever comes next, yes." As they approached the massive, shining palace, alarms echoed across the city. The Empire's council was waiting. Leora and Mia stepped out of their ship hand in hand. The crowd gathered, murmuring and watching the strange pair. The council's leader, a tall man with cold eyes and silver hair, stood before them. "You dare return?" he said. "After all you have done, you threaten the order of this empire." Leora stepped forward, her voice calm but strong. "I return to bring peace, to end the hatred that has ruled too long. This empire needs change," the council sneered. "You are weak to trust a human." Mia felt the weight of their words but stood tall. "I may be small, but my heart is strong. I stand by Leora because I believe in a better future." The council debated fiercely, but the people of Archeon were watching too. Many had heard of Mia's courage and Leora's vision. They began to question the old ways. Slowly, support grew for the queen and her partner. In a grand ceremony, Leora announced Mia as her chosen partner. The crowd cheered, breaking the silence of the past. Mia looked at Leora, feeling a new strength inside her. She was no longer just a tiny human mechanic. She was a symbol of hope. But peace was not easy. Some factions refused to accept the change. They plotted in shadows, trying to stop the new dawn. One night, Mia discovered a secret meeting among the council's enemies. They planned to overthrow Leora and take control. Mia told Leora immediately. "We must act carefully," Leora said. "Violence will only bring more pain." Instead, they used truth and kindness to win hearts. Mia spoke to the people, sharing stories of friendship and courage. Leora showed mercy to those who opposed her, offering chances for peace. Slowly, the empire began to heal. Months passed, and the empire transformed. New laws were made, focusing on equality and respect. Old enemies became allies. The galaxy watched as a once-divided empire became a shining example of unity. Mia and Leora ruled together, their bond growing stronger every day. One evening, as they walked, the twin moons rose over the palace. Mia and Leora stood on the balcony, looking out at their people. "We did it," Mia whispered. Leora smiled. "No, we will keep doing it every day." Mia took Leora's hand. Together they had changed the fate of a galaxy. And their story, a tiny human and a hidden queen, became a legend, reminding everyone that kindness, courage, and love could conquer even the darkest stars.